Okay, welcome back. New TikTok video. Just about going viral. This video can be for creators or managers. Doesn't really matter. But this is a new way of doing TikTok that it's far superior and far easier than the old TikTok strategies, especially OFM that everyone's posting on YouTube. I actually haven't seen any recent ones. The last one that I've seen was from Patrick. I did take a few things from there, but I did add in my own stuff from what I've tested with all the accounts that have been working. So yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to get from 900 to probably even less views to going viral pretty much every single time. Um, with TikTok, it really is pretty easy. It's not like some method. It's just about like finding what works and doing it, and it's also account setup as well and model creation. Um, this is pretty easy. I think even a 5-year-old can do it. With basic common sense. It shouldn't be that fucking hard. So a model can do this, or even a manager can do this. If you're new to OFM, this should be a great easy source of traffic for you. So just to know, TikTok should only be 20% of where your traffic comes from. Obviously, I don't run your agency. I'm not you. I'm not a man. I'm not a model. So if you want to use TikTok as your only source of traffic, be my guest. But this is where 20% of your traffic should be coming from as an agency. The places where you're gonna get the most subs from are TikTok Live. So we build TikTok accounts to get subs from the lives. Mainly the lives, since they bring in the most subs, paid or free. It's literally the best way to get a lot of subs coming in every fucking second. It's fucking amazing. TikTok Live. You can't use pre-recorded live. I don't want anyone to be doing fucking black hat shit, because that shit doesn't even work anymore. If you want to do it and waste your time, be my guest. But if you want something that works and has been tested, just use your main model. The conversions are way better. If you do want to scale with multiple accounts, you can buy your models from new phones, or you can buy new phones if you are the model. Videos bring in most subs as well if you go viral, which most people won't. Once you get to a certain level, even if you have like a million followers or hundreds of thousands of followers, you can still only average around 10,000 views to 30,000 views or 40,000 views. I've seen it before. But they still bring in some subs when you do go viral on a reel, on a TikTok. So it shouldn't really be that hard. But the thing that you want to focus on most is live, since they bring in the most subs. You can do this, pretty much every night if you want, or schedule out a plan for your model so she can do them on specific dates. Anyways, let's get to the requirements. So what you're gonna need: an iPhone X minimum. If you want, you can test an iPhone 8 if you do have an iPhone 8, since I know most OF managers have iPhone 8s from, the past 2025, 2024 with all these methods. So I know you have iPhone 8s laying around. You can test them with iPhone 8s. I've personally never tested them with iPhone 8s. I've tested with iPhone X's, and they've done very well every single time. They do very well. So iPhone X's is the minimum that you're gonna need. You're gonna need a good looking model. It must be quality. There's no exception to this. If you do have ugly models, or if you are an ugly model, you know, yeah. But if you're an agency who has an ugly model, I don't know why you have an ugly model. First of all, there's just too much problems that why would you do that? Why would you go through all these problems? Like, if even if you did have all the reels and qualities of the TikToks going great, your model is a big factor to whether that video does go viral or not. So if she's not high quality, then I don't think it's for her, and you should look for someone else. I'm trying to help you create a successful agency, not a shitty one with shitty models. So, no VPN, no proxy, just simple SIM card. I use personally mobile data. You can test out Wi-Fi if you want. I personally use mobile data, and if I want a hotspot to my other iPhone X's, I just hotspot, and it does completely well for me. You just want to keep things super simple. Over here, the KIS principle: keep it stupid simple. If it's not simple, don't do it. It's not worth your time. You're gonna need 5 accounts max per phone. So when you're starting out, I recommend you create 5 accounts, because with TikTok, the account are either dead accounts or great accounts. Accounts do play a factor, but obviously the content matters the most, and the way it was created, the content. So 5 accounts per phone. If one account fucks up, cool. You have another account to create the content with. All right. Next, warm up strategy. Very fucking simple. It's just gonna be a 1 day warm up. All you're gonna do is scroll and look at OF girls like Sophie Rain. You're gonna scroll for 10 minutes, engage with the content, look at other OF girls. You can follow. For me, the max that I followed was around 20 females, and that worked for me. That worked for me. It could be less, it could be more. Doesn't matter. You just want to act human. You can comment if you want, but just act like a human. You just want to add in the profile picture, add in the bio. Verify your account with an email, phone number as well. Does the location of the account matter? No, no, not really. It kind of does a little bit. So what you can do, what I've noticed as well, when I was setting up like with UK models, I'd use my UK SIM, and it would sometimes get like majority of the audiences from the UK, which is absolutely horrible. So if you're in the US, good on you. But if you're anywhere else, try your best to get a US audience. Use a US SIM. If you're a female watching this, ideally you should be from the US. If you're not from the US, yeah, just your target audience will probably be somewhere from the country that you are, but the US is primarily the country that we do want to target for tier one audience and tier one subscribers. All right, recommendations over here. Like I said, 5 accounts. Um, 5 accounts. Some are hit or miss. If one is shit, just go to the next one. And then that's it. Once you're done warming it up, just let it sit for 24 hours and then you can post. Right. All right, cool. So content research is the most important part for actually finding content ideas to actually post. So what you want to do, create a Google spreadsheet. All right, I'm not going to tell you how to create a Google spreadsheet. It should be simple. You want to list out different verticals that you can find on TikTok, right? Because some verticals that work on Instagram, might not work for your creator on TikTok. Because, obviously TikTok, Instagram, different platforms. So it won't work. It won't, from what I've seen personally, I had a friend who went viral, super viral off of Amigo Reels on Instagram. He tried to do it on TikTok, just never went well. So content from Instagram and TikTok should always be completely separate. You don't want to copy videos from, I know some models as well that they tell me, hey, I just download content from TikTok and I repost it onto Instagram. You can do that if you want, but just know you won't be getting much views. I've never seen an OF girl do it before, and it actually go viral. So do it on your own risk. I'm telling you what works. So create a spreadsheet, or create a list somewhere, and find different verticals that are in TikTok that you can see other OF creators doing. It could be captions, it could be sexual captions, it could be skits, it could be Omega content, it could be dancing videos. Dancing videos don't really perform as well unless you're Sabrina Carpenter or Kim Kardashian's level of beautiful, realistically. But you want to create the example video, the examples of the verticals, and then for each of those verticals you have listed, you want to research, deep dive directly into them. So let's say, for instance, I'm going to use the Omegle vertical since that is the most common and easiest one. I'm not saying you should do Omegle content, because it is pretty hard for some models and it's too much effort. But what you can do for Omegle content, I'm using, for example, search up Omegle content on TikTok, or that specific vertical that you're going to be doing on TikTok. Research other girls that are doing it. Right? You want to research other girls that are doing it. And what I've noticed as well, which is the most important note, is that in these specific years, right, specific months of the year, where when a video goes viral, it tends to be at a specific month where all the creators are doing that one specific video. So let's say, for instance, last year, March or February, there was this one trend where you had to pretend to suck a dick in the camera, and you would go stupidly viral. Now, if you do that, it doesn't work. So what I've noticed is most of these things are trend based months, right? Where you can just only have a certain time period to keep rinsing the fuck out of it before you move on to the next trend or the next thing that's working. But when you do these trends and you find them, you can 100% go guaranteed, right? You'll go viral 100% guaranteed. I've been doing it. It's been working every single time. Even for creators that are fucking lazy as shit, they still go viral. Obviously I still drop those lazy creators. I don't take lazy creators, but even when they do it, they go stupidly viral. So yeah, when you're researching content for TikTok, you want to make sure it has at least 3 to 10x the videos, the views have 3 to 10x the amount of views than the followers. So if it has more followers than the views, then it's not great. You want to find out the average views for that one creator, and whatever gets more than the average, like 3x the average or 10x the average. Those are the viral videos that you can potentially put in your list and see potentially use. But you want to make sure these videos are recent. You don't want to use old ones, okay? Because old trends from like 2020 don't work probably in 2026, like 6 years ago. You want to use common sense, use your brain. Just use a fucking. You want to make sure you research recent reels with TikTok. With Instagram, probably it might not be the case, but with TikTok, it's definitely the case with trends. Trends come and go very fast in TikTok, so you have to be up to date with the trends on TikTok and do your research. Do your research visually. Okay, next, you want to get a list of the viral videos that you like and try it out with the creator. Create a 5-week TikTok plan. Plan it out on a Google Sheet. It should be easy. Just copy and paste them. Have a structured plan for your creator so she's not confused. Okay, you want it, like I said, KISS. Keep it stupid simple. If it's not stupid simple, don't send it out to her. You're gonna confuse her. You're gonna confuse yourself. Things are gonna be unorganized. You're gonna be seen as an unprofessional agency. She's gonna go off to the next agency and she's gonna call your agency shit. You don't want that. That's your reputation on the line. You don't want that. Cool. Once you get that done, move on to the next one, right? When do you ditch an account? Because this is the most important thing when you make your first post. And this is very, very important, right? So if it has less than 200 views, you want to scrap the account immediately. No questions asked. Less than 200 views in 24 hours, that's a shit account. You don't want that, right? If it has more than 200 views and less than 1,000 views, your content is just ass. Improve the content. And if your video gets 10K views in 24 hours, this is a golden account. This may seem like too much views, but this is just how it goes. Trust me when I say, if you understand this and you can get this down, you will be printing and making. You'll be printing so much money. Well, not so much money, but you'll be printing a lot of views. The money does come with the model, and if she's wanting to do content and she's fucking motivated, which you'll rarely ever fucking get. So if you do, treat that model well. Treat her with respect. Treat her, because model long term. You want to keep a long term relationship with your model, because it should just be common sense, right? But more than 10K views, golden account, right? And this is a very important note as well. You or the creator should never ever create the content on TikTok, right? TikTok has metadata for any content on the TikTok, so you can't if you repost it, if the creator because we had this one problem with one of our newest creators. She created the TikTok on her main account to lip sync or whatever, and then she sent the raw content to us. She sent the downloaded content to us. And then when I was posting it, we was getting 0 views, and I was like, "Why are we getting 0 views?" And then I was like, "Okay, let me just confirm with her if she's doing this." She changed it. She just created the content for us without TikTok, just on camera. You just want to do it on camera, nothing too crazy, and then you'll start seeing views. But if you repost the videos that are downloaded from TikTok, you will get 0 views, guaranteed. If you do get 1 to 2 views, that's probably yourself that you watched it. So yeah, so what do you do once you get a viral video, right? You're gonna copy what the billion dollar companies do. You're gonna milk it dry like Dragon Ball and Naruto. Like, look at this shit. Fucking OVAs, movies, second seasons, third seasons, Baruto. Like, nobody liked this shit, but they milked it the fuck dry. Milk it the fuck dry like Dragon Ball. You gotta milk it, right? Once you milk it, you should be great, right? But I'm gonna show you one more thing that nobody else in OFM is doing right now. And this will increase your conversion rate by 200%, right? Wrong thing. Let me find it. Right here. So the old way of funneling people used to be, yes, I have one, link in IG bio sign, right? Or yes, I have one, or the blue and white. So you take people from TikTok to IG to your link, right? And it's just from there, it's just too many distractions, because even if you do put the Instagram link over here, it's like, it's not a deep link. So once they get into the link, they'd have to click it and click the 3 dots on the top. Or if they're on TikTok, they have to sign in on TikTok, which it just lowers the conversion. Each time it does this, it lowers the conversion. When they go on IG, they're looking at your creators, pictures and videos and they're probably gonna goon to it, right? No, that's not what I do. This was the old way, right? And I feel like I'm the only person off doing this. I think there are some people doing it. But what I do, I have this funnel, which may sound complicated, but when I implemented this funnel, I 200% the clicks on my GC bio. So what I do, I use a link tree. So on the link tree, I'd have IG. I'd have the IG on the top, so it's not only just like the OF shit and it's shady. So I'd have the IG on the top, and I'd have the second one saying more of me, right? The more of me, it takes them to a beacons. And inside the beacons, they're still gonna be on the TikTok web browser, right? While they're in the TikTok web browser, the beacons, it has the bio. In the bio, it says click the three dots on the top, and then click click the link, whatever. So it takes them out of TikTok, which is great. Now they don't have to be. Now they can't. Now it's because when they try and open the OF link on TikTok, they're gonna be on the TikTok browser and they have to sign in, or it just might not even show them because it's 18 plus and it's restricted. So you can't do that. They have to click the three dots. It may sound complicated, but trust me, you just use an emoji, sound like a girl, sound like you're not forcing them to do a task, sound like you're being flirty and telling them what to do as well. Right? You don't want to be too direct. Anyways, so what I also do, I have another link down here. This is a juicy bio. I use a juicy bio. This is Shane Francis. By the way, if the colors are weird because I have it inverted because I want the Miro board to be black. I don't want it to be white because it hurts my eyes. I'm not sensitive. It's just I just don't like bright things. Everything looks great in black. Except females, obviously, but we don't go there. But listen, what I do, I have the juicy bio, and the juicy bio, obviously I use it so I can track my my analytics. But the name of it says let's talk blah 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 with a jalapeno, right? Jalapeno, you want to make it flirty, boom. And from there, like, that's literally 200% more clicks. 200% more clicks. You get double the clicks, double free clicks. And it's not a complicated funnel as in IG where they get distracted. It's from TikTok. They click the TikTok link, they go to the beacons, and then they're already on the OF. I use a deep link, by the way, so it takes them directly. So when they click it, they're on the Safari, and then Juicy Bio takes them directly to the OF. So this is a way to 200% the clicks. And obviously from there, it's up to you, on your chatting team, how your model looks, on the conversion from the sales, right? You could get 300 subs, right? 300 subs and pull like $400 or $500 a day. That is due to your bad chatters or your model looking collapse. So you got to fix up your model, fix up the chatting, and you should be great. And from there, I think that is all you need to honestly start up TikTok. It's fucking easy as shit in 2026. Honestly, if you're not going viral with this shit, honestly, you should just quit OFM, or you should quit OF if you're a model. I don't think it's for you. I'm just being straight up honest with you. But yeah, it should be fucking simple as shit. If you do have any questions, and if you are looking for management, here's my Instagram, Kyle OFM. If you have any questions about management, or if you need help with anything, just let me know, Kyle OFM. And you can join my free Telegram group in the bio, in the description of the video. It's just t.me/OFMsboy, and you should be great. All right, take care, guys.